morning friends. In chapter 14 semiconductor electronics we discuss about the PN junction diode and also the application of the PN junction diode as photodiode, light emitting diode and also as a solar cell. Now after the discussion of the application of the PN junction diode, now the last topic of this chapter is the digital electronics and logic gate. Right? There is also the another application of PN junction diode. Now in logic circuit and digital electronics, before starting the discussion, what is the difference between the analog signal and digital signal and which method for the logic system are used and what is the logic gate we are going to discuss. First, explain the analog and digital signal. Now already we are familiar with that the cardiogram. The graph of the cardiogram is continuous line, right? This way. So actually that is the analog signal. Analog signal, that means the signal having the waveform similar to the sine or the cosine. That means the signal for which the value of this signal is continuously changes with time. Or in other words, at any instant of time, the value represented by this signal is between maximum and minimum any value. Any value between the maximum and minimum. Such type of the signal is known as the analog signal. While in digital signal has only two values, either maximum or minimum. No any time this signal contain the value between the maximum and minimum. At any instant of time, the value of voltage of the current is either maximum or the minimum. Only two values. This type of the signal is known as the digital signal. We are going to discuss in detail about the analog and digital signal like this way. First, what is the definition of analog signal? In electronic circuit, such as the amplifier oscillator, the signal in the form of a constant change of voltage of the current with time. Again, in electronic devices of the circuit, like as amplifier oscillator, the signal in the form of constant change of voltage of the current with time. Now we listen the audio song. At that time, what is the voice of the male or the female? There is continuous, either increasing or the decreasing between the maximum and minimum. Not in form of the part, maximum, stop, then minimum. So this type of the signal of the sound wave is the analog signal. Again, in electronic circuits such as the amplifier oscillator, the signal is in the form of constant change of voltage of the current with time. Such signals are called the continuous or the analog signal. This signal is also known as the continuous signal or the analog signal. The typical analog signal are shown in figure A and B. That is our figure A and that is our figure B. In both figures, A represents the analog signal. Here we do the waveform of voltage versus time. So the value of the voltage is continuously changes with time. Here also the voltage is continuously changes with time. At any instant of time, the value of the voltage is this. At this time, value of the voltage is this. This time, the value of voltage is this. That is the maximum value, that is the minimum value. So in short, the analog signal is the signal in which at any instant of time, the value of the voltage of the current lies between maximum and minimum. That means at this instant of time, the value of the voltage or the current is any value between maximum and minimum. So such type of the signal is known as analog signal. Here also, at this instant of time, the value of the voltage is this. At this instant of time, the value of the voltage is this. So that is the maximum value, that is the minimum value. So this signal contains the value of the voltage at any instant of time between maximum value and minimum value. And this graph is continuous, changes with time. Here the voltage is continuously changes with time, therefore that is known as the continuous signal or analog signal. Clear this? So that is the analog signal. Again we repeat it. In electronic circuits such as the amplifier or oscillator, the signal in the form of constant change of voltage with the current with time. Such signals are called continuous or the analog signal. The typical analog signals are shown in figure A and figure B. So it is the shape of the sine curve or the cosine curve. So sine or the cosine curve are the analog signal. Now in digital signal, if a current or the voltage signal has in only two minimum and maximum values, such signal is called digital signal. Again, if current or the voltage signal has only two, either maximum or the minimum value, such signal is called digital signal. Again, if a current or the voltage has only two value, either maximum or the minimum value, such signal is called digital signal. Digital signal is shown in figure C. Here, for this instant of time, its value is minimum, while next instant of time, its value is suddenly increased and becomes the maximum. This signal not contain at any instant of time the value between maximum and minimum, but it contains only either maximum or minimum value. That means any value of two value, maximum or minimum. Such signal is known as digital signal. Again the definition is that if a current or the voltage signal has only two minimum or the maximum values, such signal is known as digital signal. Now the signal in figure C in the form of waveform or the pulse, which has only two values of the signal. So digital signal is represented by in form of waveform or the pulses. This pulses or this waveform has only two values. There is also continuous changes with time, but here its value is either maximum or the minimum, not between the maximum and minimum. Clear? So that is the digital signal. While in analog signal, here not two value, it has the numbers of the value between the maximum and minimum. To represent a digital signal, the binary system is used. But the binary system is convenience. The binary has the two digits 0 and 1. 0 and 1. So in digital electronics, we can represent the digital signal by the binary system. That means it has only the two value 0 and 1. The maximum value 5 volt of voltage is expressed as 1 and minimum value 0 volt is expressed as 0. In logic gate, here we obtain either the two value maximum or the minimum. And due to that reason, the maximum voltage is 5 volt and minimum voltage is 0 volt. So this type of the logic signal or digital signal we are used in logic gate, and therefore the maximum value 5 volt of voltage is expressed as 1 and the minimum value 0 volt is expressed as 0 in our case of a logic gate. The input and output voltage indicated by two values 0 and 1 in the digital circuits are valid. In digital circuit, that means in logic gate, what are the input is given to the gate and what are the output we obtain. This output and input has the two value only, the maximum and minimum. Right? Therefore, the input and output voltage is indicated by 0 and 1 in the digital circuit are valid only. No any input or the output between 0 and 1 are valid. Only the 0 and 1 are valid in digital circuits. Clear this? Again, in analog signal, the values of the voltage and current continuously changes with time. At any instant of time, it has the value lies between the maximum or minimum in analog signal. While in digital signal, if the current or the voltage signal has only two values, either maximum or minimum, such signal is called the digital signal. It means the digital signal has only two values, either maximum or minimum at any instant of time. No value of the voltage and current at any instant of time between the maximum and minimum value is possible. Again, the no possible value of voltage and current at any instant of time between maximum and minimum in digital signal are not possible. That means it contains only the maximum and minimum value only. Okay. To represent a digital signal, the binary system is convenience, or generally the binary system is used. Binary system has the two digits 0 and 1. The maximum value 5 volt of voltage is represented by 1 and the minimum value 0 volt is represented by 0. The input and output voltage indicated by 0 and 1 are valid in digital circuit. Clear this? Okay. After the discussion of the analog signal and digital signal, we are going to discuss about the types of logic system. Here are the two different methods, or the two types of the system used in logic system. One is the positive logic system, and second is the negative logic system. Positive logic system, that means in this type of the system, the higher positive voltage is taken as high level, that means the 1. Higher positive voltage is considered as 1 and the less positive voltage is taken as low level, that means the 0. Again, in positive logic system, in this type of the system, the higher positive voltage is taken as high level, that means the 1, and the less positive voltage is taken as low level, that means the 0. The positive logic system is shown in the figure. Here we show the voltage versus time here. The maximum voltage, this, is considered as a 1 and minimum voltage is considered as a 0. Again, in positive logic system, the higher positive voltage is taken as 1, that means the high level, and minimum voltage is considered as the low level, that means the 0. While in negative logic system, in this type of the system, the more negative voltage is taken as 1 and less negative voltage is taken as 0. Actually, the more negative voltage has the less value. Less value is taken as 1 and less negative voltage is more, actually. Its value is high. Therefore, that is taken as the low level, that means the 0. Again, in negative logic system, the more negative voltage is taken as 1 and less negative voltage is taken as 0. So that is the negative logic system. Generally, we are considering or using the positive logic system to represent the high voltage. The 1 is used to represent the low voltage. We use the 0. Again, explain the types of logic system. There are the two types of the system used in logic system. One is the positive logic system. In this type of the system, the higher positive voltage is taken as high level, that means the 1. And less positive voltage is taken as low level, 0. Positive logic system is shown in the figure. High voltage is taken as 1, less voltage is taken as 0. Now, negative logic system, in this type of the system, the more negative voltage is taken as 0, is 1, and less negative voltage is taken as 0. Now, here the negative logic system is shown in the figure, voltage versus time graph. More negative voltage is taken as 1 and less negative voltage is taken as 0. Clear this? Okay. Again we repeat, what is the difference between the analog and digital signal? Analog signal in electronic circuit such as oscillator, amplifier, the signal is in the form of constant change of voltage and current with time. Such signals are called continuous or the analog signal. Typical analog signals are shown in the figure. So here there is the sine form or the cosine form. At any instant of time, it contains the value between the maximum and minimum. So in short, in analog signal, the value of the voltage and the current continuously changes with time between the maximum and minimum value. While in digital signal, if a current or the voltage signal has only two, minimum and maximum value, such signals are called the digital signal. It has only either the maximum or the minimum value. No value between the maximum and minimum. The signal in figure C is in the form of waveform or the pulse, which has only two values of the signal, maximum or minimum. To represent a digital signal, binary system is convenience or the use. Binary has the two digits 0 and 1. The maximum value, that means the 5 volt of voltage, is expressed as 1, and the minimum value 0 volt is taken as or expressed as 0. So that is the 0, 0, 0, that is the 1, 1, 2. The input and output voltage indicated by two values 0 and 1 are valid in digital electronics. In digital electronics, the input and output voltage indicated by the 0 and 1 are valid. No any input or the voltage between the 0 and 1 are valid in digital circuit. Okay. Now the different types of the logic system. There are the two types of logic system. One is the positive logic system and second is the negative logic system. In positive logic system, the higher positive voltage is taken as the high level, that means the 1, and the less positive voltage is taken as the low level, that means the 0, that is shown in the figure, positive logic system. High positive voltage is considered as 1 and less positive voltage is considered as 0. While in negative logic system, in this type of the system, the more negative voltage is taken as 1 and less negative voltage is taken as 0. More negative voltage, that means the less value taken as 1, and less negative voltage, that means the more value is taken as 0. So there is the difference between the analog signal and digital signal and different types of the logic system. After that, we consider what is the logic gate and types of the logic gates.